In the ancient village of Umuchika, where the red earth glowed under the sun and the rhythm of talking drums filled the evenings, lived a young woman named Nkemjika. Her beauty was natural, soft, and unforced. She carried herself with quiet confidence, and her wisdom made elders nod in admiration. Two brothers lived in the same village, brothers bonded by blood, but separated by destiny. Obiora, the first son of Obuefimadu, was a warrior of great strength. He hunted fearlessly, walked with authority, and spoke only when necessary. People respected him not only for his power, but for his calm spirit. Ekene, the younger brother, was gentle and thoughtful. He was the village's most gifted drummer, and his music could lift the hearts of anyone who listened. Unlike Obiora, Ekene expressed every emotion openly, especially love. And as fate would have it, both brothers loved the same woman, Nkemjika. One loved her silently, the other loved her openly. But she did not yet know the weight of this love. Everything changed on a Harmattan morning when the chief priest, Omazim, arrived at Nkemjika's home. With white chalk spread across his face and a staff in his hand, he announced that the spirits had spoken. Nkemjika was destined to marry into the household of Obuefimadu. Her parents froze in disbelief. "Which of the sons?" her father finally asked. But the priest shook his head. "The spirits did not say," he replied. The message spread through the village like wildfire, lighting confusion in the hearts of both brothers. Obiora believed tradition favored him. "I am the first son," he declared. "The bride belongs to me." But Ekene countered, "A woman belongs where her heart is at peace." For the first time in their lives, the brothers stood against each other, not in anger, but in deep emotional conflict. Their parents were torn, the villagers were confused, and Nkemjika, her heart beat faster whenever she thought of Ekene, yet she deeply respected Obiora. She feared that her choice could break a family apart. The elders called a council beneath the ancient Okonko tree. They agreed that each brother must present a gift of love, and Nkemjika would choose the man whose gift touched her spirit. On the chosen day, the entire village gathered. Children climbed trees to watch. Women whispered. Men stood with their arms crossed, waiting. Obiora arrived first, carrying a magnificent leopard skin, a symbol of strength, protection, and honor. "If you choose me, I will protect you as fiercely as this leopard once guarded its territory." Moments later, Ekene stepped forward, holding a beautifully carved talking drum, decorated with ancient Nsibidi symbols. "This drum carries our memories, our laughter, our friendship, our story. If you choose me, your heart will always have a place to rest." The air grew still, as though the world was waiting for her decision. Nkemjika approached the gifts slowly. Her hands trembled. Her breath shook. She looked at the leopard skin, strong, powerful, unyielding. She looked at the drum, soft, familiar, full of emotion. Finally, she placed her hand gently on the talking drum. Gasps swept across the crowd. Nkemjika had chosen Ekene. The chief priest nodded in approval. The elders murmured in agreement. The village accepted her choice. But Obiora's heart broke quietly inside his chest. That night, under the soft glow of the moon, Obiora packed a small bag and took his hunting spear. His mother begged him to stay, tears streaming down her cheeks. Ekene ran up to him, guilt heavy in his voice. "Brother, please," Ekene said. "I never meant to." Obiora placed a firm hand on his shoulder. "You followed your heart. Now I must follow mine." Without another word, he walked away into the dark forest, disappearing into the night. No one stopped him. No one could. The village mourned quietly. A celebration was coming, but joy refused to rise fully. Despite the sadness of Obiora's departure, the wedding proceeded. Drums beat joyfully across Umuchika. Nkemjika walked gracefully in coral beads, her skin glowing like sunrise. Ekene held her hand with pride, gratitude, and love. Their marriage was blessed by elders, supported by villagers, and guided by the spirits. But even in celebration, a part of their hearts remembered the brother who had sacrificed everything for their happiness. As years passed, Nkemjika and Ekene lived in peace, raising children who grew up hearing the story of the warrior who loved too deeply. Obiora's name became a legend whispered around fires. Some say he returned years later, stronger and wiser. Others say he became a great protector in a distant kingdom. But whatever the truth, one thing remained. Love had united two hearts, but it had changed three lives forever.